Hello everybody, I am 5 years married today and it is super exciting. So I thought, why don't I give you people 5 absolutely shocking truths about marriage that people don't talk enough about or don't even talk about. Number 1, marriage changes people. Absolutely. What were you expecting? Of course, marriage changes people. You're coming from a different family background, culture, and even predispositions. You have different predispositions to that of your spouse, and they are coming with theirs. You're living under one roof. Of course, that union is going to change the two of you. Now, our prayer is that the change is all for good and not for evil. But I want you to know that marriage changes people. It makes people more responsible, more responsive, more loving, more peaceful even. So marriage changes people. Yes, even though it's shocking, it shouldn't really shock us anymore. Number 2, money is very important. Believe me, money problems break up marriages even faster and more frequently than infidelity. Quote me anywhere. Almost every other market day, you and your husband are discussing money. True or false? If you're married, true or false? You know these things. So if money is very important, now it's important to understand each other's money habits. Who is the spender? Who is the saver? And that is not to say that anybody is wrong. It's just that do not end up at the farthest extreme. Allow your partner to rub off on you. Have you noticed that generally speaking, a spender must marry a saver? I married a saver. Me, I used to save, but I used to save to spend it on whatever my heart desires. So I can end up without money at the end of the day. Being married to my husband and understanding him has been very important to me. My husband would rather save money or give people, satisfy their wants, than for him to spend on himself. So me being the odogu spender that I am, because I like myself, I have had to teach him that. I have had to tell him, I say, see, you're the person working so hard for this money. You deserve good things. You deserve new clothes, new shoes, new gadgets. Because tell me why the laptop that my husband was using, I was aware of it as at 2010, 2011. So tell me why getting married in 2019. Now remember, both of us went on and off in this relationship. Why was he still using that laptop in 2019? It was so bad that if the laptop is plugged to the power source and it's anywhere on his body, if you touch his body, they'll be static. It's as if electricity was passing from the laptop through his body. I said, Obin, please, which kind of nonsense is this? You have to buy yourself a new laptop. You're working so hard. You cannot continue to fulfill other people's desires and forget yourself. So we're rubbing off on each other. Me too, I'm learning now that you cannot eat your tomorrow today. Everything in this life is not YOLO. So we have had to talk about our money habits and what works, and do simply what works for our marriage. Number 3, especially if you have young kids, schedule sex. I know it's like, but it's a take away from, it's a lie. Because if you have young kids, you can be in the house 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and nothing will happen. Yes, you will not be intimate with your spouse because responsibilities wanna choke. And God bless your heart that you guys are having small fights here and there in that period. You're going to drift apart. It has happened to us. I have seen, and I remember it got to a point where I had to say to my sister, we have to schedule this thing. We have to schedule this thing. We have to do I think at the time we said 3 times a week. And so we were hyper aware of it. Like, see, let the week not run out. We must do. Yes, because we have to stay intimate. Staying intimate with one another keeps your heart soft towards one another. At least for me in my marriage, that is what I have discovered. You would even talk to each other kindly. But you see now, when Konji is holding you, when Konji humbles you, you begin to act like a mad woman. It's my sister. You know that it's not your cycle. It's not your menstrual cycle that is doing you. It's conji. I'm telling you, it's conji. I've cured your entire problem. Now you're there feeling depressed. You're feeling like he does not love you. This one, that one. Children are all over you. All manner of things, right? Conji. Let him just show you some good loving. You're going to calm down. You're gonna calm down. Like it always happens for me as well. Number 4, 100% transparency. Now, I know that everybody will do what works for their marriage, but believe me, 100% transparency keeps you accountable. And accountability to your spouse speaks I love you in many languages that words, the simple words, I love you, will not do for you. I can guarantee you this. Go and try it. Well, as you're going to try it now, you know who your spouse is. If you feel like there are things that you can't trust them with, it will be important to start up a conversation about it and say, see, I want to trust you with so and so thing. Can we talk about it? Can you hold me accountable regarding so and so thing? Especially for a woman, I'll do anything for Obi, you know now. All those moments when you just come and you're all vulnerable and accountable to me. You know now, I used to give you everything and anything you want. I'll not even be extra nice. You want to live in a happy marriage, you want to have a happy marriage, try 100% transparency when it comes to finances, when it comes to your relationships with other people. Where people fall prey to people who are propositioning them or seducing them is when they are not accountable to their spouses. You feel like a lady is talking to you one kind, you're not understanding. Have a conversation with your wife. Let it just be gist. It doesn't have to be like, oh babe, I have this serious thing I want to tell. It's just gist. Gist and gist and gist with your partner. Usually that is where transparency even happens. And I even want to say this about people who come to married people and say, oh, I want to tell you something, but please don't tell your husband. Married people were known for gossip. Nobody should even try. See, nobody should try and change this narrative. No over-sabi should come and try and change the narrative that married people don't gossip. We gossip. That is what we do. That is our job. That is the lifeblood of our marriages. Married people just talk about any and everything. And I think it's actually unfair. It's a point to put here. That is unfair to say something to someone who is married and categorically tell them not to tell their spouse. Are you the one that wants to put asunder? Especially when you're a Christian, the pastor makes the public say that they will not put asunder. Why do you want to be part of the people putting asunder in these people's marriages? If you love your friends, please don't do that. Please don't do that. Because most likely they might say it to their spouse because that is the other half of them. And last, hey, Isunma, please. Let me wrap this thing up. I need to wrap this thing up before Izuna will throw my phone away. Last but not the least, conflict is good. Yeah, conflict is good. I can say it with my full chest. And this is why. When you have conflict with your spouse, it is an opportunity, a blessed opportunity that has come your way for you to understand each other better and to have a better flourishing relationship. Now see, I'll use an example. I don't like salt in my eggs. My husband likes salt in his eggs. I use seasoning powder. So imagine that my husband makes eggs and he puts salt in my eggs and I say, oh my God, I don't like this. And then he gets upset. Oh, I spent all this time. Yes, my love. I spent all this time to make eggs for you. And now you're being ungrateful. You're saying you don't like salt in your eggs. I don't like salt in my eggs. I don't like salt in my eggs. It's an opportunity for you now as the husband to say, oh, babe, what do you like in your eggs? And then I'll tell you, oh, I actually like seasoning powder instead. And you've learned something new. Conflict is not bad. What you do when you're having conflict, how you manage the conflict is usually where the problem is. How you treat each other in the conflict is where the problem is. I remember there was this thing my husband and I used to do many years ago, and we're trying to get back to it now. is to always take care of each other, even if we have a conflict. So if, for example, we're having an argument about something and I start crying or I'm getting emotional about it, that fight is over, or he will take care of me in that time. Or Baba, no, don't do that. Or if, for example, we're having a fight about something and something is going on at work that he's not happy about, I would pause whatever it is or even forget about it and take care of my husband. It is really important that you heal also during and after whatever conflict it is that you have had. How you discuss that conflict constructively is what is going to dictate the quality of your marriage. Trust me. Now, embrace conflict because it's an opportunity for you to know your spouse better, for you to have an interest in them, know what their needs and their wants are, know their dislikes and likes. Don't waste the next conflict you're going to have with your spouse. Don't waste it. Anyway, guys, it's been lovely chatting with you. I know that this is freestyle. I just have to do this. You can see my baby all over the place, but I just had to do this to also say happy anniversary to the love of my life, the absolute love of my life. Obi, I love you so much. And you guys pray for us, send your well wishes. We'll be grateful. And please subscribe to this channel. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. We have done about 14%, but we can do more. So if you watch my channel and you haven't subscribed, or you're watching now, it doesn't take a penny to subscribe. Please help my channel and subscribe. Let me know, have you learned anything from these points? What is it like in your marriage if you're open to sharing? All right, be well, everybody. Bye.